Hey, hello, and happy new week. It's Monday. Can't even talk yet. It's so much of a problem on Monday. What a deal. Been a good day for me so far. A little chilly outside, but still pretty nice day. The sun is shining. A lot of good things going on. Uh, had the opportunity. My son had to be at work a little bit early this morning, and so he asked if I could take their daughter to school. So I had one of my granddaughters. Got to go pick her up, and got to drive her to school this morning. Had a lot of fun talking with her, getting along. What a great way to start the week. I hope it's a great day for you, and I hope you're having a great day as we think about a few things together. I came across something that I had written some time ago. In other words, come on in with me for a moment. Came across something I'd written some time ago, and the statement says, uncommon sense avoids unnecessary temptation. I thought, what? What did I write? What does that mean? Underneath it, it says Proverbs 22, verse 3. Here's what it says. A prudent man foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. If you think about it, we try to use common sense about a lot of things we do. I was thinking about a little story, one of those little stories that you find at the bottom of the page in a Reader's Digest, and it told of a couple who were driving along, and you know how they put those warning signs sometimes on roads and highways, and they were driving along on a small road, a small highway going along, and they came across a barrier and a sign there that said bridge out. So the fellow driving the car and his wife were going along, and he just went around it and went on. She just kind of took it as maybe he knew what he was doing, went on a ways, came along the road a bit, and in a few moments he just came to a stop. She looked, sure enough, the bridge was busted and part of the road was gone ahead. She said, wow, I guess the sign was right, wasn't it? And smirked as she looked at him. I think that's why we get married, so somebody can smirk at us sometimes. But seriously, they should drive back and they go the other way, turn around, go back the way they came. Sure enough, there was the sign. Maybe we need to recognize sometimes what's coming our way. We're hesitant to do that. But quite often, even though the signs are there, maybe not quite as obvious as the bridge out sign, but if we're alert, we should recognize a lot of things that are coming our way. And we tend to ignore them. And then when the problem arises, what do we want to do? We want to do something. Because we don't like to admit that we've ignored information or that we've made a mistake. Isn't that a terrible thing to have to say, you know what? I was wrong. I think three of the most important words in the English language are, I was wrong. They go right along with that, I am sorry, I was wrong. You know, when we learn how to say that and admit it, it's an open door to learning. It's an open door of relationship. Sometimes we think maybe somebody's going to take advantage of us. Somebody's going to belittle us. Somebody's going to take away from us because we said we were wrong. I don't know whether men or women are more prone to that. Can't say. But it is challenging no matter what. We'd much rather blame somebody else. But in reality, we have to know that when the signs were there, we're going to try to protect ourselves. That's what he means by hide himself. The prudent person, the thoughtful person is going to make a better choice. But the simple, the one who just wants to ignore it, going to go on and do what they're going to do. And then if it falls back on them, they're going to start trying to blame somebody else. Yeah, we don't like to admit our avoidable mistakes. We just do about just about anything to keep from having the guilt put on us. But when we knew better and we should have done better, we are really left without excuse. No matter how old we are, we feel like we're that child again being disciplined by our moms who said, Didn't you know? You should have known. Why did you do it? I told you not to do it. We have no answer that deals with that. I know there are things that we will not do simply because the risk is too high. We want to make sure a thing is safe before we will do it. And maybe on the other end of things, we've gone almost to the extreme in our society. Go and buy you a cup of coffee in a disposable cup somewhere, and printed on that cup is probably going to be contents may be hot and may burn you. Well, yeah, we're buying a cup of coffee. Shouldn't we know that? But evidently, some people are going to plunge ahead and say, oh, I wonder if it's hot. Let me stick my finger in it. Well, when you buy hot coffee, but that's the way we are. I guess what I'm trying to say today is really look ahead of ourselves. Let's try to be people who are aware. Some of the Bible translations use the word being circumspect. In other words, looking all around. It's kind of like that's why you have all those mirrors in your car, so you can know what's going on all around you. Look and see what's going. One of the problems in our society today is people don't want to look ahead. They've got that phone in front of their face, and they're texting their best friend on the phone and telling them, yeah, I'll be glad to, about the time they ran into the car in front of them. Well, I know we like to do our own thing, and we don't like to admit that we should have known something else. And while we'll readily say it's a foolish thing to throw yourself in the way of danger, we don't step in front of a moving vehicle. We don't stand up, put our hands up in front of the bus that's coming our way. The problem may be that not that we will step in front of the bus, but that we might just think we can stand a lot closer than we should. The prudent man foresees evil and hides himself. Look ahead. Don't get as close as you can to danger. Be prudent about it. Remember the words of Jesus, Matthew 6:13. In that great prayer that's an example, he says, and do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Uncommon sense avoids unnecessary temptation and the troubles that come with it. I think that's a good idea to think about today, don't you? Hey, let's use that uncommon sense for a while and think about what's ahead. Glad to be with you today. Glad to share a few thoughts with you. I hope it's a great day for you as we look forward to things coming down the road. And hey, we'll share some more stuff as we get a little further down the road. Thanks for being with me today.